Well, hello. My name is Sue Tomty, and I'm a sales director with Mary Kay. And today I want to talk about money management and the difference between a hobby versus a side hustle or a hobby versus a small business. And but first, let me do all my regular introductions. My mission is to connect with hundreds of women every month through parties, facials, special events, and trainings like this. So I hope you find something of value to this because I woke up in the middle of the night dreaming last night about making a difference and sharing some of my thoughts and ideas on this. We do lots of fun virtual events every Thursday night. We've got Beauty Inside and Out. And this week, um, we have a special host also. So that will be fun. That's at 8 o'clock on Thursday nights. And as a reminder, Mary Kay has just recently been announced as the #1 direct selling brand of skincare and color cosmetics in the world. So we're super excited about that. All right, my topic today is money management and the difference between a hobby and a side hustle. And so let's talk about that because so many people are wanting to make extra money and they want to really make a difference for themselves and their families. And and yet we haven't flipped on that mentality that looks at um, the difference between a small business and just a hobby. So I want to talk about that. So I'll make this bigger so you can see it. So let's see. Um, so some of the similarities is a hobby that's generally a part-time thing. It's your spare time. It's your fun time. It's an area of interest. But the same thing, oftentimes you can have your business or your side hustle is part-time, spare time, and maybe it'll grow to full-time. It's generally fun and an area of interest for you. Here comes some of the main differences. A hobby costs you money, whereas a side hustle or a side gig should make you money or have that potential to make you money. But your hobby is something that you're going to invest in. I mean, if you are a hunter or a fisherman, you're going to get the equipment that you need to go out and do your hobby. So I'll talk about that in a minute. You're going to purchase supplies. You're going to get, like if you're a quilter, if you love to quilt and you love to make quilts, well, you're going to invest in the fabric. You're going to invest in the patterns. You're going to invest in all the things that you need to make that work. And then you're going to purchase your supplies, and then you're going to spend your time and effort and enjoy everything about that hobby. Nothing wrong with hobbies. They are absolutely wonderful. However, there are no tax deductions with a hobby. Whereas when you are thinking about a business, even part time, spare time, just that side hustle, it's designed to help make you money. And oftentimes there's investment in equipment, just like you would if it was a hobby. You would purchase supplies just like you would if it was a hobby. You would track your expenses, which would be different than a hobby, and you would be able to take some tax deductions, another huge difference between a hobby and a part time business. Plus, then your business has opportunities for growth and for profits, or it could have a loss. But that's all right too. So let's talk about that. But you've got goals, you've got dreams, you've got a strategy for where it is going. So I hope that makes a difference a little bit in thinking of a hobby versus a business. Now, let me go to the next thing. Let's talk about what some hobbies are. So, hobbies are things that you love to do. So, hunting and fishing and crafting and quilting, maybe gardening, painting, photography. Like, for example, photography is one of my hobbies. I love to go out and take pictures. However, I haven't flipped the switch to make photography my side hustle or a small business. So what does that mean? That means um, that means I haven't invested in a tremendous camera. I haven't invested in the computer system I might need for making photography and printing out amazing, beautiful photographs. I haven't gone to that next level of deciding I'm going to have a gallery full of my beautiful work, because all of that takes investment. It takes supplies, it takes thought, it takes strategy, and that leads to a business. So, hobbies are designed to be fun and entertaining. A side gig or a side hustle where you're actually making money, you gotta think like a business person. So somebody who loves hunting and fishing could turn their love into an outdoor business fishing guide type thing. Or if you're a crafter or a quilter, you could have a retail shop. If you love to garden, you could be in business through a farmer's market. If you're a painter and an artist, through a gallery. If you're into photos and photography, you could be a photographer. However, and all of those are fabulous ways to open and be in business, because then you have the opportunity to write off some of the things that you're doing. But that's why home-based businesses, and specifically our Mary Kay business, is so incredibly valuable, because there are so many benefits with the things that we love already. We love makeup, we love skincare, we love to help people feel good and look good. So businesses are on purpose, and our goal is to make extra money or to make money. Now, when we are on purpose, we have to do things a little bit different, and we have to track and do all kinds of, well, not all kind. We have to do business type things. So I'll put this disclaimer on. These are my thoughts and opinions, and I am not making a financial recommendation. And if you're starting any business, or if you are in your Mary Kay business, there's so many resources that give you information about running your business. And we talk about different things that are tax deductions. So let's talk about that next. I'll hide this out of the way. So generally, our hobbies, whether we're into hunting or fishing or photography, cost us money, and we don't have a deduction, right? Because if we're going out and we love to quilt or craft, we're getting all the equipment, we're getting new stamps, we're getting a new Cricut, we're getting this, we're getting that, we're creating an office space or a space in our house that we can play with our hobby. So if it's watercolor painting, I love to watercolor paint. And so I will pull out all my stuff and I will paint. But I'm going to put it all back in my totes and shove it under, my storage area, because I don't want it taking up my whole house, because there's no advantage to that. However, if you're in business, and especially home-based businesses, we have some great business deductions that we can take. And so those business deductions are super valuable at year end, because most of you, in fact, how many of you have that full-time job where you are getting a paycheck and taxes are being deducted from your paycheck every week or every month. And at the year end, you get a refund. Well, when you have your side gig or your home based business, you have an opportunity to increase that refund, even if you have a loss in your business, especially oftentimes the first year as you're getting set up. Maybe you need a new printer, maybe you need some equipment that you need at home. Maybe you need to upgrade your computer system. If you're buying that for your business, those become tax deductions. And there's very little right now in our economy that we can deduct from our income as we are just being employees. There isn't much you can do to change what your tax responsibility is. However, when you have a home based business, you can keep track of your supplies and samples and demos. You can keep track of the special equipment that maybe you would purchase before year end. If you needed a new desk, or if you set aside part of your home and created an office that was your office for your business, those become legitimate tax deductions. And so those are tremendous things. And if you're on purpose with your business, things like advertising, flyers, papers, brochures, all of those are tax deductions. Your mileage to and from any appointments that you have or any training activities that you have are also tremendous tax deductions, because there isn't much right now. And that's one of the things I have loved over the years, because I live 200 miles away from my family. Oh, I will return your call in a minute. And so whenever I go to travel there, I make sure I have Mary Kay appointments set up so that I can claim that trip as a business trip. And then I get to see my family while I am down there. And so it's being really strategic in how I do my business. And other things, stamps, postage, shipping, those are all tax deductions. And as the cost of shipping increases so much, we want to be financially smart about how we do our business. And so tracking those things are super important. Any marketing that we do for our business, having our website. If you've got kids at home and you have to hire somebody to watch them while you're out doing an appointment, that paying for that daycare is a deduction, is an expense that you can claim. And then any trainings or classes, if you're paying for any of our retreats or classes or training that you take, those are all common business deductions that will make a difference for you at year end. So I don't want to keep this session for a super long time. So I just want to give you snippets, and there will be a follow-up to our money management with additional information on what the next steps are to actually make money, track your money, and be aware of where you're spending your money and how to generate more. Because when you're in business by yourself, that's one of the opportunities that you have to actually increase your income. Because generally, when you are working for someone else, you might get a slight increase during the year. Maybe it's I don't know what the common updates are these days, but maybe you get an extra $1 an hour or something, 10%, 2%, whatever it is. So having that home-based business, that's where your opportunity is to really increase your income because you're not trading dollars or time for dollars. You're investing in a longer term. And so that's what we'll talk about next time. Right now, I wanted to hit on common business deductions, the difference between a hobby business and an actual small business, home-based business, because I want you to think strategically. I want you to be smart business women and grow your business in a way that will help you and your family as you go. So thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing your comments.